So you've made the decision to change your life, quit your job, and start freelancing. But are you really ready to do all of this right now?
Let's find out.
Hello, I'm your host Kaycinho. I'm a digital alchemist, and this episode is episode number 3 of a module dedicated to the decision phase of starting your own business. So if you haven't seen the first 2 videos, I invite you to check the playlist in the description of this video. And by the way, this module is the first module of a course dedicated to take you from the burning desire to become your own boss to actually launching your business. So we'll also find the link to the full course playlist in the description of this video. Now, let's go back to our initial question. Are you really ready to go all in on being a business owner? Now, to answer that question, given the fact that everyone's life is different and there are many parameters, it's impossible to give you a one-for-all rule, but instead I give you some guidelines about what helped me along my journey. The first question you need to ask yourself is, do you have the required skills? Now, it may sound silly, but before you can start a business, there is a core set of skills that you actually need if you want to build a business. And I'll illustrate that with an example. Not too long ago, a friend of mine asked me advice because he wanted to make a career change. He was very interested in becoming either a web designer or a web developer. Now, that friend had the right attitude. He knew where he wanted to get and knew it would take some work to do it. Also, if you followed the previous video in the series, I can tell you that he did the right thing by asking advice to someone experienced in the field and who'd been through the same questions.
Your host.
Now, the good news is, as I told him, is that in the web industry, you don't have to study 5 years to be on the market. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always good to get proper education, but some people either do not have the time or the financial resources, or both, to spend 5 years learning something that can nowadays be learned in a few months and for a fraction of the cost. So I redirected this friend to teamtreehouse.com, which I've already talked about, and it's a platform that teaches you web design, coding, and much more. And after playing with it a little bit, he really enjoyed it, and I think that he felt relieved that it wouldn't take him years to make a move. Now, of course, you will not become an expert designer or web developer after completing a few projects on such a platform, but I never heard of anyone who started a new path as an expert, and the matter of the fact is that with dedication and work, you can master pretty much anything. The sooner you start, the better. And if, like my friend, you want to become a web designer or a developer, I've put a link to Team Treehouse in the description of this video. It is an affiliate link, which means that I do get a commission if you enroll after clicking on my link. But one, I only recommend Team Treehouse because I've used their service and really recommend it for beginners. And 2, affiliate links help me grow this channel so I can provide the content for free. So back to our story. As I said, mastering the core skills of your freelancing business is the bare minimum because the truth is that your core skill set is just one part of the skills needed to run a business. Now, depending on the type of business that you want to do, and if you're on this channel, I would assume that it would be digital related, you would either need to master those skills yourself or to outsource. For example, how do you get on with commercial tasks, marketing tasks, administration tasks, support? If you freelance, most of the time, initially you'll be on your own and you will have to run these tasks yourself until you can outsource or even recruit employees so that you can focus on what you're good at. But at the beginning, for most people, you're going to have to learn that yourself. And that's when YouTube or platforms like Lynda, Udemy, or Amazon Kindle come in handy. No need to learn it all, but you should at least have good notions and resources to go to should you need guidance. Now, one tip that might help you is to use audiobooks such as on the Audible platform. You can listen and learn while driving, running, or whatever activity allows you to listen at the same time. Okay, so that was for the skills. Now, the second question you should ask yourself is, do you have the financial resources to hold for 6 months in the form of either money that you've saved, or maybe you can sleep at your parents' house for a few months? See, when I was getting into freelancing, I remember being told that I need money for 3 months, but the reality was that it was more like 6 months before money was coming steadily and a year before I could start breathing again. Now, it may well go faster for you depending on your location, your niche, and the needs that you have or don't have. You will also need to invest some money in your business. Outside of business legal fees, which depend on the form of company as well as the place where you're establishing your business, you will need to do some investment if you want to do things professionally. It could be paying for some ads, getting some gear like a faster computer or software that will speed up your work and make it look more professional. But one way or another, you need to have a budget for that. Now, the good news is that there is a lot of free stuff or cheap software out there to get you started. Now, the third question you should ask yourself is, do you have a plan? And by the way, do you actually have a plan? See, I remember being overwhelmed at the beginning because there were so many things to think about and so many resources out there that I felt like I had too much on my plate. But what I found is that sometimes simpler is better, and I've started directing my research towards simpler yet effective resources. Now, watch out for a future video about the resources that I recommend, as well as simple yet powerful plans that you can activate. I wish I'd had those kind of resources when I was just getting started. Now, question number 4 that you should ask yourself is, do you have a network? That part, when I used to read about it, I was like,
Meh.
we're in the digital age, aren't we? Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. But the thing is, we are still flesh and blood humans, and the connections we make with one another face to face still have a very strong impact and can help launch a business and or find business partners. Even if your business is purely digital, are there business events in your area or business groups that meet locally? You may well be surprised by what you might get out of it. I know I did, and never again will I underestimate the power of a network. So we've reached the end of this video, and in the next one in the series, we'll discuss about whether you should follow your passion or the opportunities around you. So I hope that this video helped you nail down if you're ready to move on with your business project full-time. Now, I'd like to know if you can relate to what I shared in this video, and what is your experience about taking the big plunge. Let me know in the comments, and by the way, you'll find the companion blog post with all the links on my website kaycinho.com, so I've put a direct link in the description of this video. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps growing this channel, and if you know someone that could benefit from it, please share it now. And if you want to brand, market, and grow your business in the digital age, make sure you subscribe and smash the notification bell so that you never miss your share of digital alchemy. And if you're interested in tips, tools, services, and case studies that can help you grow your business online, just go to kaycinho.com/newsletter and subscribe to my email newsletter. So I hope to see you in the next video, and in the meantime, don't forget to invest
In your success.